In this video, we're about to witness the rise of a new Prime. What's up everyone, James here, and we are at the end of the Autobot and Decepticon war in this universe, and at the end of this series. As always, the link to the G.I Joe vs Transformers playlist will be right below the like button, and make sure you hit that like button. So this opens up where we last left off, with Optimus Prime taking the fight to Serpentor. Remember, he surprised Serpentor, so he gave him no time to unleash his metallic tentacles. He is beating and demolishing him. He demands he surrender, but Serpentor refuses, and tells Optimus he will have to kill him. The Decepticons storm in, and Motormaster and Razorclaw take down Optimus. Serpentor orders them to seize him, but to make sure they leave him in one piece, because he still needs the Matrix. Razorclaw stabs Optimus's leg with his sonic sword, and Motormaster says, "Give it up, Prime, you can't beat all of us." I love Optimus's response. He replies, "Watch me." He beats them all back, pulls out Razorclaw's sonic blade from his leg, and slices off Onslaught's arm. As Serpentor recovers, his internal system starts to run a repair, until suddenly his system shocks him. He takes even more damage because of this. His system repeatedly reports errors, and says internal diagnostic misfeed. Foreign programming error. Remember that, because it will lead to quite a reveal later in the video. Serpentor doesn't question it, and it only increases his determination to get the Matrix to heal himself and be reborn. Despite Optimus gaining the upper hand for the moment against the Decepticons, he is eventually overpowered by them. As they are demolishing him, he reports over comms to Hot Rod that the hostages are free, and orders him to commence the attack. Hot Rod informs the Autobots and the army of Joes that have arrived on Cybertron that the hostages are free, and says our mission is to retrieve our friends, rescue Optimus, and secure the Matrix. Remember, this is the largest, best led force of Decepticons we've faced in a long time, so watch your back and go with Primus. The Autobots charge toward the Decepticon base, and the Joes, led by Flint, charge with them, yelling, "Yo, Joe!" Meanwhile, in the Decepticon base, Hawk and Perceptor's team are battling the Decepticons. I like that this is our second time seeing Roadblock carrying a Transformers blaster and using it as a weapon. Still, I'll admit, Hawk carrying what seems to be a pair of pistols next to him is silly, because honestly, that's useless against any of the Transformers. Hawk gets overcome by Overkill, who threatens to tear apart his throat. Suddenly, Hawk is saved by Snake Eyes, who throws a piece of metal into Overkill's optics. The team successfully defeats the Decepticons here. Grimlock interrogates Runamuck, demanding to know where Prime is being held, and threatening to tear him apart if he doesn't give it up. Runamuck doesn't take his threat seriously, because he's an Autobot and torturing isn't their thing. Grimlock responds by tearing his arm off and saying Grimlock is Dinobot. Rules not the same. Now tell us where Prime is, or next will be head. Returning to Serpentor, he orders Motormaster and Razorclaw to stop the beatdown they're giving Optimus, and Optimus looks crushed. They almost beat him to death. Serpentor apologizes to Optimus, reminding him that he offered him the less violent option. As he pries open Optimus's chest plate, he says, "You insisted on this path. My ascension is as inevitable as a force of nature. The Matrix chooses only those who are worthy, those with an affinity and destiny for greatness. I may have begun life as Frankenstein's monster, as a weapon, but history will remember me as Cybertron's greatest leader. Arise! Serpentor Prime, arise!" Outside the Decepticons' base, the army of Autobots and Joes are fighting the entire army of the Decepticons. We even have the Decepticons' Titan of Death, Tripticon, on the battlefield. The battle is just so chaotic and amazing looking at the same time. Flint yells out, "Don't back down, don't give these rust buckets an inch." The Autobots and Joes pour it on Tripticon. During the battle, Hot Rod and Duke see the light from the Matrix shine out of the Decepticon base. Serpentor Prime rises. Now what happens next, I feel like some of you are going to love it or hate it. Serpentor, now alive and filled with not only the power but wisdom of the Matrix, realizes Optimus was right the entire time. Every spark matters, and conquest isn't the answer to peace and harmony in the universe. He ends up regretting all his actions that led him here. He says, "I have taken sparks and lives. I nearly killed Optimus. Why didn't I hear the truth in his words sooner? I am truly worthless." He takes Motormaster's blaster and tells him to give up the fight and that all the Transformers should live in peace. He plans to use the blaster to kill himself and return the Matrix to Optimus, until, out of nowhere, Serpentor's system shocks him again and is taken over by Cobra Commander. He wraps his metallic tentacles around Razorclaw and Motormaster and laughs. Cobra Commander says, "So much power in the palm of his hand, and the fool would have given it up. Absolutely pathetic." Now, if you're wondering how this happened, Cobra Commander explains it. So back in the first video, when Zartan had attached the EM Scrambler to Serpentor, he also attached a virus delivery device. Cobra Commander had Dr. Nox create a program that would help him gain remote control of Serpentor, and he used that delivery device to install the program into him. So when that foreign programming error occurred earlier, Cobra Commander had successfully installed it. Now, even Cobra Commander admits that he meant to take control of Serpentor earlier, and that it's just a coincidence he happened to take control of him after he gained the power of the Matrix. He says, "Now every bit of power and knowledge gathered up by these glorified GoBots rest in the hands of Cobra. I can take control of Cybertron and Earth, all from the comfort of my lab chair." Just when he's about to enact his plan of turning Optimus into a metal sculpture, Hawk and Perceptor's team bursts into the room, which Cobra Commander is happy about because he wants to add Hawk and Snake Eyes to his dream-fulfilling murders. Grimlock and Snake Eyes go to attack him, but they quickly get beaten back. Optimus informs the team that Cobra Commander controls Serpentor and has the Matrix. Serpentor Prime, aka Cobra Commander, crushes the team like nothing, just taking them out one by one. He mentions how he wishes Megatron and Starscream were still alive because he would destroy them with his bare hands. Arcee, who's still standing, dodges his attacks and is able to land a blow, but she ends up within his grasp. He says, "Where's your little yellow friend? Without him here, you're the weak link in the robo chain." Arcee replies, "He's gone, but I'm dedicating this in his name." She grips onto Serpentor's chest plate, and when Cobra Commander slams her, she takes the chest plate with her. Hawk rushes to Optimus with a plan, and when Cobra Commander is about to finish off Arcee, Optimus throws Hawk at Serpentor's exposed chest. Cobra Commander calls Hawk an insignificant flea and asks, "What could you possibly do to me?" Hawk answers, "I hope I am more worthy of the Matrix than you." He opens it and is blasted with the knowledge and power of the Matrix. His eyes opened to the entire universe. The blast of energy destroys Serpentor Prime and Cobra Commander. Hawk is knocked out unconscious. At that moment, Hungar awakens and tries to attack Optimus, but he gets blasted by Lady J, who's arrived with Hot Rod to announce they've won the battle. The Decepticons have fallen. Back on Earth at the Cobra Terradome, Dr. Nox checks on Cobra Commander and discovers he's in a catatonic state. He connected his mind with Serpentor, and when he fell, so did Cobra Commander's mind. Sometime later on Cybertron, the Autobots begin to rebuild Capital City. We see some flirting between Snake Eyes and Scarlet. Grimlock apologizes for being hard on the Joes and admits to Roadblock G.I Joe are great warriors, heroes, and friends. Optimus, who's fully repaired, makes an entry into his digital log. He says, "The Matrix is back in my possession. The Decepticons and Cobra have once again been defeated. Our victory, like most, was not without sacrifice and loss. For those who were lost, we will commit their lives to our memory, to remind us that our battles must be chosen wisely, so that none ever die in vain ever again. Inevitably, we, the Autobots, and G.I Joe will face new threats. Threats that rise today and tomorrow. Though human lives are but a brief flicker, their passion for existence leaves me in awe. With Hawk now part of the matrix of leadership, future generations of Autobots will be able to share in that passion. Hawk is already a great leader, and he will use the thousands of generations of knowledge he has gained to lead humanity into a golden age. It is a future I will be honored to record. Log out. Now, for those of you who are unaware, this isn't the first time a human has gained the power and knowledge of the Matrix. In the Marvel Transformer comics, Optimus transferred the Matrix, known as the Creation Matrix at that point, into Buster Witwicky in order to keep it away from Shockwave. Well, that is the end of G.I Joe versus the Transformers, The Art of War. Next up is the final series, Black Horizon, where the Autobots and Joes face off against the Kingdom of Cobra and the Planet Eater and Lord of Chaos, Unicron. I hope you all enjoyed the video and the series. Like I said, some of you are going to hate it or love Cobra Commander coming in last minute to take over Serpentor. I think it was Devil Dew's way of having the original villain of the universe have a moment to shine again, and this new evil threat combined with another original villain, Megatron, fall together so it would clear the way for the biggest villain of them all, Unicron. Other than that, have an awesome day, and always remember every day to Yo Joe, transform, and go beyond.